Hello, good evening. It's almost 5 o'clock somewhere, at least it is for us. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you are joining us from to the Hearth. Welcome on August 1st, 2026 on a kind of a coolish, cloudy, windy day on the outside. We just had a community adventure in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We learned some new abilities, gathered a few new Pokemon, and reached a whole new city. Ready to explore for the next time we go on our Pokemon adventure. But now we are here in the land of Final Fantasy XIV, ready to dive in. So I hope everyone is doing well wherever you are. Then sit back, relax, and enjoy the adventure. A queue, naturally. It usually doesn't take too long. Allegedly. So yes, indeed, we are on a brand new character. And last episode, we just obtained the ability to have a mount. But I gotta figure out why some of them are gray. I'm gonna close that, and I am going to step outside here real briefly. I think I need to use a whistle. So I'm just gonna step out here quick, and I'm gonna try. Wouldn't that be under our key items, maybe? Maybe. I'm fairly certain we were given a whistle. Ah, there it is. Yay! Oh. Alright. Now we should be able to still can't use that one. Maybe because I'm not sure. The hotbar. Dismounting personal chocobos. While on a chocobag, a chocobo icon will appear in your status effects bar. You can dismount your chocobo at any time by selecting this icon, or by reselecting the actions you use to mount your steed. Use the chocobo whistle to summon your steed again. Alright. Awesome. Alright. Now that we got that figured out. Where is it going? I want to go here. So we can go and collect the guilds. We are artisans who take wood and grind it new form, and purpose as the archer's bow, the lancer's spear, and the novice's shield. Carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Wonderful, wonderful. And before we proceed, I think it only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twellswood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworkers' repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of the water mills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operations of the water mills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the great loam grower. Thanks to the handiworking Botanist, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all Eorzea. With this confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than the total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Would you like to learn more about the enrollment process? Wonderful! I should mention at this point that the Timber Master Eaton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timber Master Eaton can be harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is quite simply the finest carpenter in all Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings. But you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. With that said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and resist the urge to run away. Oh gosh. Another green adventure to play with songs? Well then, I suggest you first speak with the... Oh, you've met with Korg, have you? Well, or that will. No, that is well. But know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me, true adventurer, have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhap trapped wind. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are as a seedling, some potential, perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, girl, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw, it is old, yes, but sharp as it needs to be. Now prove to me that you're not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. Alright. So what we want to do is put this. So, and make a new list. Good! You have proven that you know how to grip a saw, but I do not mistake it for a mere tool. For it is part of you, your arm, and you can put down part of your arm, no? Mark me then. If you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use my own saw to demonstrate to you the part of losing a limb. Ah, but I jest. Unarmed carpenters are scarcely half as useful, in my experience. In any case, merely honing a saw does not make you a carpenter. Whatever some might think, you must become one with it, and learn to feel with it as you work the wood. To wit, you must first know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man Pharaoh by the entrance will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool who knows fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against decay, we use wind shards to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. To synthesize a length of maple lumber for the timber master bee, select logs from the main menu, followed by the crafting log. All disciples of the hand receive the crafting log, which contains the recipes of every item they can synthesize. The crafting logs can be opened by selecting logs from the main menu. To begin the synthesis, you must first select the crafting class and level tier of the item you wish to create. Once you have highlighted the item, confirm if you possess all the materials necessary in your inventory. If you do, the select the synthesize button to begin the crafting process. Alright. Let's see here. Oop. Let's see. Crafting is similar to battle in that various actions are used to proceed. Successfully crafting an item entails executing synthesis actions to achieve 100% progress. before material durability reaches 0. If durability reaches 0 before the progress has reached 100%, the synthesis will fail and some of the materials may be lost. Items that you have successfully crafted at least once will appear with a check mark on their icon. Crafting an item for the first time will earn you a special experience point bonus. Cool. Hoping to get like a high quality maybe. Increasing the item's quality during synthesis improves the chance that the resulting product will be of higher quality or of higher grade HQ. Quality is normally improved by using touch actions. However, in addition to reducing material durability, these actions also require crafting point CP to execute. The higher the overall quality of the completed item, the higher the experience point reward will be. Oh shoot. I screwed up. You've obtained a high-quality item. High-quality items can be identified by their icon as well as by the special mark that appears after their name. High-quality gear will often have better stats than normal quality items, while high-quality materials used in instances will sometimes yield better results. These features make them more attractive to prospective buyers, resulting in higher selling prices. High-quality items cannot be stacked with normal quality items. Alright. As I mentioned before, Brewery has maple logs in its stock, as well as many other materials you might require. Or, if you're ready to show me what you got, right? High quality. Yes, I feel it. The wood tells all. There was no careless cuts. Saw and carpenter moved as one, as if dancing. Do you see this grain? How it flows softly like syrup? Durable yet pliant, suitable for weapons and armor both. This, child, is maple. Trace the grain with your fingertips and memorize the lines. Consider every characteristic when choosing your materials. That is what it means to know the wood. The maple lumber you have brought me is acceptable. You have passed the first test. Yet, for all it has grown, your knowledge is still lacking. You must needs learn more. A true carpenter knows the quality and uses of every tree in the forest. When you know the lines of the maple better than those upon your own hand, return to me. I shall have another test for you. Until then, child. Well, before you brought me the maple lumber to demonstrate your knowledge of wood, this time you'll just demonstrate your ability to create with it. I bid you craft me 3 maple shields. For this you will require maple lumber and bronze rivets. As you would expect, our guild supplier, Carol, has no shortage of that which you require. Should you desire a more economical solution, however, you might consider a more traditional method of acquisition. Many materials essential to our craft are harvested by our steadfast allies, the botanists of the Green Loam Brewery, where you can befriend one of their number. You might be able to come to a mutually beneficial arrangement. Or, if you'd rather not be beholden to another, you could even try your own hand at botany. Now go and do not disappoint me. Alright. Let's see here. mystique, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. You have served Gridania well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond our White Wolf Gate. Take this pass and show it to Franck, Gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, and I'm sure that news of your deeds will reach me again before long. That. Greetings and welcome to the Leather Workers Guild. Here we produce the finest leather goods, taking care to honor the lives which were sacrificed for their creation. Our leather armor is worn by the archers and lancers of this great nation, and favored by all prefer that their protection does not come at a cost to mobility. If you wish to place an order, I bid you visit FFXIV Fineries. If, on the other hand, you have a mind to join our guild, I should be happy to assist you. Might you be interested in becoming a leather worker? Nothing would make me happier than to welcome a new initiate into our ranks. However, it's essential that you first understand the burden that every leather worker must bear. As you cannot have failed to notice, the Twelvewood is blessed with an abundance of life, and we Gridanians have long hunted the forest creatures for both nourishment and clothing. But Gridania is unlike any other place. The elementals that watch over the Twelvewood have never looked kindly on the taking of life, and those who flout their governance do so at their own peril. Elementals decreed that life not be taken without due necessity, and so the Trappers' League was formed to regulate the hunting of animals. The Leather Workers Guild has subsequently founded to manage a fair and equitable distribution of pelts. Nowadays, adventurers are a major supplier of pelts, and their leather goods have become widespread. But, in times of past, they were rare and precious. The Leather Workers Guild has not forgotten those times. We treat leather with no less respect than the living creatures whence it comes, and craft goods of the highest quality. In so doing, we honor the lives lost and minimize the need for their killing. An oft-forgotten benefit are our products' surpassing durability. Our guild is also the sole producer of the famous FFXIV brand of leather goods, the pride of Gridania. These products represent the ultimate expression of our core tenets and the transcendent technique which shaped them. Know, though, that being a guild member does not automatically make you a Finn artisan. You must earn the right to become one. For most of the leather workers here, having a fruit of their labors bear the Finn brand as a yet distant dream. That is the life which awaits you, should you choose to walk our path. Success will not be handed to you, but I guarantee that you will have the opportunity to seize it. So if you wish to make a name for yourself and craft goods which are the envy of all, you have come to the right place. Speak to me once more if you wish to learn more about the enrollment process. Very well. I invite you to speak to Guildmaster Giva. He is a brilliant artisan, personally responsible for the creation of countless Finn products. You have doubtless heard her name before. The Guildmaster's patterns are uniformly elegant, and with them, even novice craftsmen can cut their materials with minimal waste. It is for her to decide if you are fit to join us. She can be found in the work area within. Present yourself to her and do not waver in your determination. So, you wish to become a leather worker? If you've spoken to Randall, then you've been told what it means to work with leather, the weight you must carry, and the responsibility you must bear. Not just to the elementals, mind you, but also to the guild. Our craftsmanship is unrivaled, and each member is expected to live up to that reputation. Once you join, there is no turning back, so if you dishonor us, I shall fillet you myself and make a chokeable saddle from your hide. Will you swear to uphold our traditions and be the best leather worker you can be? Very well. You may learn our craft within these walls, though you seem ill-equipped to do even that. I will give you a head knife to help you on your way, but the rest is up to you. Do not presume that your association with us means that your work will bear the thing you name. Until you prove yourself worthy, you will not be permitted to do so much as touch a Finyu product, much less craft one. Now then, if you were to continue with your initiation, you'll need to put that knife in your hand first. Talk to me when you're ready to begin. Alright, so this now equip. And then I'll do that. And make a new whoopsie shoot. Make a new gear set. There we go. Oh, you passed the first test, gripping your knife by the handle and not the pointy end. Now, it's time to see how well you can wield it. Make me a circle of leather. You'll need animal skin to do so. Newcomers to our craft often imagine they need to hunt in order to obtain their materials. But if you have the sense the gods gave a chocobo's arse, you'd realize that's hardly the case. Osgeth, over by our receptionist, sells most of the items commonly used in our craft. However, she cannot supply you with earth shards. And that's it for my advice. The rest is up to you. Once you've made the circle of leather, bring it here to be inspected. I can't say I have the greatest expectations for your work. Just see to it you do not waste good skins. Now away with you. Alright. Let's see here. See if I can. Oh. Let's see if I can get perfect. Isn't that leather ready yet? When you've finished, bring it here to be inspected. See Osgeth if you lack the necessary materials. I'm glad it asks if we want to try tile quality. I do. Hi. This is indeed leather after a fashion. You work as amateurs in the extreme, but the leather is unevenly tanned and practically unusable. What? But you show promise. Well, about as much promise as the leather you haphazardly crafted. What? Rude. Still, it is apparent that you paid due respect to the life from which it came. Had you performed any worth, I'd have cast you out without a second thought. But you didn't, so I won't. Approach each task in earnest as you did today, and I'll continue to advise you. However, you alone are responsible for your development. This is a business we're running, and neither I nor your seniors have the time to hold your hand. Apply yourself to learning our teachings, and return here when you have acquired some skills. Mayhaps then I will have an errand for you to run. Alright. Cool. Getting used to that knife I gave you? Gods know it doesn't happen very often. But you chanced to find me unoccupied. How about you show me what you've learned? Let me see you make 3 leather chokers. After all, there is more to our craft than simply tanning hides, and chokers are just about the simplest things one can make. You'll need 3 circles of leather, animal sinew to accomplish this task. Most kids can provide the sinew, and I'm sure you can recall method for making leather. I hope your techniques has improved since last time. Now, while we have an ample stock of skins, there are other means of procuring your materials. Hunting for your own pelts, for instance. I know that I've said about that before, but that was about assuming it was necessary. Choosing to do so is another matter. Indeed, we teach you to appreciate the source of your livelihood. Not all leather workers won't choose this method, but you are an adventurer, are you not? When you finish your work, bring your chokers here for inspection. Alright. need to make one more. Oh, you did it. There we go. Excellent. Yes, we have. I suppose there's no denying that these are leather chokers. If truth be told, an Opo could have achieved similar results given skins sinew in some time. Oh, but I don't mean to make light of your efforts. You fulfilled the orders precisely as requested. A job well done. Now then, I will teach you something to supplement your learning. Through physical training, the body can be made strong and resistant to injury. Not so the throat, which ever remains a vulnerable point. Although, a leather choker provides less protection than a metal gorget. Its simple design makes it ideal for everyday applications. This simplicity also makes it an ideal choice for beginners practicing basic techniques and for guild masters assessing their progress. As you are, you would make a plausible leatherworker, one among the nameless multitudes who scrape a living out there. Whether you rise to become something more is contingent upon your efforts. Consider this amateur's owl a passive reward for your efforts. You will find it an indispensable partner to the head knife as you continue your training. Now, I must return to my work. If you chance to find me unoccupied again, mayhap I will teach you something else. Till then, keep your nose to the grindstone. Excellent. These shoes. Alright, so if we do this, update. And carpenter here. Update. Perfect. Oh yeah. I wanted to craft yeah, but that's a choker. Was no weirdo. What else can I make? Oh. Let's see if I can make a hatch. Oh shoot. head over to Botany. Hello there. Welcome to Botanist Guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, are you? You've come to the right place. At our guild, you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Yes. Excellent. Now you're doubtless eager to dive headlong to the nearest shrubbery. But first, a brief exclamation in the oranges of the Botanist Guild. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 500 years ago, to when our nation was still in infancy. It was around that time that a precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elementals. But I suspect you are already confused. Not being forest-born, let me put it in a way your kind would understand. The 12th wood doesn't belong to man, but almighty beings known as elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell here in the forest, and it is by their leave that we receive its bounty. Ever since mankind settled in the 12th wood, it has been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught from their domain. Historically, this was a rather involved process, in that only a few precious few could actually commune with them. Specifically, those conjurers blessed with the ability to hear the elementals, aptly known as hearers. In order to relay elementals' will to the botanist in a more timely manner, a new organization was formed, with the hearer as its mouth and ears. This organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist Guild. To this day, the guild employs the services of a hearer who offers guidance to our members. Yet, this is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices, that is, practices which honor the will of the elementals. And that, my friend, is the story of how our guild became to be. I trust you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all this talk of elementals and communing, mayhap you're wondering whether you're fit to join us. Well, you may cast such doubts aside. You don't need to have been raised as good little forest-born girl to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret forest-born salute. You just need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess these things, it would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you are ready to begin your enrollment procedures. Ready to enroll in the Botanist Guild, I take it? Music to my ears! It will be my pleasure to refer you to the guildmaster Fufusha. Our guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spawning the finest timber to see that hers is a truly God-given talent. It is for this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindest of souls. You will find the guildmaster just outside this building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. Alright. I am Fufusha, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it Melchanot has given you an overview of botany already. Well then, I suppose I had better continue where he left off. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of the botanist. It is our calling to nurture the natural environment to the mutual benefit of man and wood. But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, proving our every need, she is at heart an unsentimental creature. One that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk our path? Yes. The look in your eye bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well. I bid you welcome to the Botanist Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up and then present yourself to me again. I would assign you your first task as botanist of this guild. Huzzah! Excuse me. Alright, botanist. Gathering lodge. Perfect. So then I want to do this. Here's that. Add in. Perfect. Gather role actions. You have learned a gather role action. Gather role actions are abilities shared by botanists, miners, and fishers rather than a specific class. They are learned via leveling or upon completing certain quests, but only need to be learned once to be able to use them with all gathering classes. Once learned, these role actions can be used to reveal and track gathering locations in any given area, even for classes other than your current selected one. Gather role actions can be found in the Actions and Traits window, found under Character in the main menu. Ah, I see you have your hatchet on you. Very good. A botanist's hatchet is his livelihood. is your livelihood. Never forget this. You fail to keep its blade clean and keen. Your efforts will yield you naught but sweat and splinters. But let us see about your first task. Ah, yes. To help you cross the basics of botany, I would like you to gather 10 pots worth of latex. The forest yields to us many and more resources. It is the botanist's job to know what can be found and where. If it's the latex you require, you will do well to research just outside the Blue Badger Gate, or the Yellow Serpent Gate. Seek out the mature trees that stand in those areas, and put your hatchet to use. I wish you well. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to switch to my archer roll. Okay. So I can get that quest there done. And that is here. Aye, the fairy dog at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the east shroud. Once you're sure, head due east and you should find Hearth without much trouble. Hold on. Where is this person? Over there. Okay. Let's go here. To New Gridania. And travel this way. Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond will tear unprepared adventure from limb to limb. You have the papers? Let us see now. Yes, everything appears to be ordered. Go in safety, Misty. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. Well, I want to go here. to here real quick because let's do hair stuff. Okay, perfect. Now, just switch to the Botanist. Finding mature trees. Oh my. Botanists can use their hatchets and other cutting tools to log the forest of Eorzea. To gather materials for use in crafting. Trees that are primed for logging are known as mature trees. Mature trees are discernible from other foliage while using the action triangulate. While this action is active, the location of mature trees is displayed on the minimap. Once you've arrived at a mature tree, target and select it to begin logging. Alright. As many as 8 different types of items can be found on a single gathering point. Begin gathering by selecting an item from the list that appears right after clicking on the target. Your chances of successfully obtaining the selected item are displayed as a percentage to the right of its icon. Gear with a high gathering rating will improve these chances, but only if your class level is at or above the item level. Also displayed to the right of the item. An item's position on the list is determined by its type. For example, branches are always found in the third slot. Remembering which type of items are located in which slots will help you when coming across a new type of mature tree. Okay. Let's go with the latex. A list of items available through gathering can be viewed by opening the gathering log. This feature is accessible via logs in the main menu. Items that you have successfully gathered at least once will appear with a check mark on their icons. Gathering an item for the first time will earn you a special experience point bonus. Certain items can only be attained in certain areas. To confirm where an item might be found, refer to your gathering log. Alright. When gathering, there's a chance of triggering Gather's Boon effect, which will grant an additional item during that gathering attempt. The higher your perception rating, the better chance you have of triggering this effect. Alright. How goes the gathering effort? Lest you forget, night can be had just outside the Blue Badger Gate and the Yellow Serpent Gate. Ah, yes, precisely. 10 pots of lycus, just as instructed. You've done well. Latex is easy to find, and equally easier to harvest. As such, collecting the stuff is ideal task for young botanists who are learning their way around the hatchet. Yet, know that being able to swing said tool does not make you a botanist. You must also possess the knowledge to locate the resources you seek. That will be all from me for present. I urge you to keep honing your senses and skills as a botanist. Gather near and far and learn from your experiences. I look forward to seeing you again when you become better acquainted with our trade. Till then, I bid you happy gathering. Well, I guess I could pick up the quest. Hello, Gimmyseek. I'm told you've been putting your hatchet to good use. Well done. Yet, as I mentioned before, hacking away at trees does not make you a botanist. You must also strive to deepen your understanding of nature. I say, Listen the knowledge that you have done just that, whether you realize it or not. You have the air of a woman who is at ease with the world around her. I do believe you are ready for your next task. I would like you to go to the tree speak, and there harvest 10 pots worth of maple sap. Once you have enough, pray deliver the sap to Cicely. She will be pleased to receive it. Off you go, Mystique. Excuse me. I'll make this up. Trees, North Shore. Yeah. Oh. The Disciple of Land Action Sneak allows you to conceal yourself from enemies so that you may log, mine, or fish without fear of being attacked. Be mindful, however, that this ability is not effective against enemies with a level significantly higher than your own. Alright. Oh my gosh. Oh, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Right. In addition to logging botanists can use secondary tools to harvest items from patches of foliage, referring to as lush vegetation. As is the case with mature trees, these locations are only discernible when using the action triangulate. To harvest, you must first equip a scythe to your offhand. Scythes can be attained from shops, markets, or quests. Alright, cool. Fishy, fishy. On a quest for maple sap? Then your best bet is to search the vicinity of Tree Speak. I happen to be waiting for delivery of sap myself. Might you be the botanist tasked with supplying it? Ah, the maple sap I requested. Then you must be the new botanist, Kushushka. Fufu has been fussing over. Ah, but where are my manners? Thank you. Why do I need so much of this stuff? Well, allow me to explain. It's the very least I can do after all you've done. Boiling maple sap causes it to thicken into a sweet syrup called... Hi, you've guessed it, maple syrup. From maple syrup, we can make maple sugar, an ingredient used in various recipes, particularly confectionery, from cakes and tarts to toffees and chocolates. In short, all the things that children love. You've probably guessed it by now, but the maple sap you've harvested will be used to make sweets for the children, those poor souls who are orphaned by the calamity. They may put on brave face, but their eyes reveal the depths of their sorrow. There is precious little joy left in their lives. But Gridania won't abandon them. No matter your walk of life, there is always something you can do to help, though it may only last a fleeting moment. A single smile of theirs is worth all the effort. My apologies. I got carried away. Now where was I? Yes. In addition to the maple sap, we botanists gather various other kinds of foodstuffs, As such, we work quite closely with the culinarians, those disciples of the hand who excel cooking. We're also good terms with the woodworkers and weavers, as both are reliant upon us to supply the lumber and fiber they need for their respective crafts. As botanists, it behooves us to learn what manner of materials are used in crafting, and there's no better way to do so than firsthand. If you have an interest, you might consider dabbling in one of the disciplines out there. I also urge you to make a habit of reviewing and gathering log as your knowledge of botany grows. More of its contents will become comprehensible to you. Well, I'd best see to the maple sap. It was lovely talking to you. For every 5th level you reach as botanist, you will gain the ability to detect higher level mature trees and less vegetation. When this occurs, any new items that are available to gathering will be added to your gathering log. You can use the Evercold botanist action to help you locate nearest mature tree or lush vegetation within your skill range. Woo, nice. Right. Yeah, because I could probably make better. Alright, perfect. Well, I guess we'll grab the level 10 quest. My mistake. You couldn't have come at a more opportune time. I have a favor to ask of you. We have just received an urgent request from the Order of the Twin Adder. They ask that we supply them with 10 crow feathers as soon as possible. Crows often leave behind feathers where they perch, which can be used to make arms and armor. Requests for items have been coming in with increasingly regularity. The situation must be grim indeed. It would not do to keep the defenders of our nation waiting. I would be most glad if you could help us fulfill this order. Crow feathers can be found in abundance in the areas south of Gilbert Spire. Once you've procured 10, promptly to deliver them to Slate. I've given her charge over our stores. My thanks in advance. Sorry. There are 10. Danger. Seizure. Oh shoot. Right. I need to find green tea. No, not that one. Okay. Dang it. What the heck? Oh. Yes, please. That might help me. Much better. Now I can turn. Botanist skill. Botanist skill. Excuse me. Turn in these lovely feathers. You're helping us out again? My thanks, friend. In case you've forgotten, the crow feathers can be found in the area south of Gilbert's Fire. Yeah, here you go. Ah, the crow feathers. You have my thanks. Doubtless, you already know this from Fufucha, but it's the Order of the Twin Adder that requested the feathers. If I heard true, they're in the midst of preparing for war against the Exile. The crow feathers are needed to make arms and armor, feathered harpoons, plumed yew crooks, and the like. It's a fine feeling being able to do our part to aid those men and women who defend our nation. But to need such a large stockpile of feathers, it gives me pause to imagine the bloodshed that lies ahead. Will the 12th Wood ever know true peace? Oh, but there I go again with my wistful rambling. Feel free to ignore me. Now, before I forget, you asked me to give you something on her behalf. A scythe! Yay! The scythe is what we call a secondary tool, used in your off time. It allows you to harvest from lush vegetation in addition to the mature trees you already know so well. The future has seen fit to make you this gift. It's proof positive of your progress. You're no longer a novice, my friend. I dare say you're ready to try your hand at fieldcraft labs. Perhaps even take on grand company work. But first, I recommend you head into the wood and find some lush vegetation to try out that new scythe. Off you go now, and come back when you're ready to take on another task for the guild. Sure, let's get some beets. Awesome. There we go. Cool. Alright. So that's it for the botanist for now. So the jobs that I've unlocked, or the classes that I've unlocked currently, what I'm going to do is go over to Eorzea now and unlock what I can unlock over there, because I have some jobs I need to unlock and crafts I need to unlock over there. And I will probably do the crafting bits while it's not journeying here. Perhaps. I will try my best to maybe do like the quest parts, perhaps, during our adventures. But like when I'm leveling up and stuff and gathering, I will definitely be doing that offline. So let's see, I want to go to... Hold up. There better be some jobs I want to unlock. Okay. So we'll go... Why don't we start... Black Mage. Welcome to the Thermaturge's Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these hollow halls, the arts of desiccation are taught. Primeval magics, with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield the power of thaumaturgy, I urge you to seize this moment and confide in me your arcane ambitions. Yes, there truly was no other answer, was there? Lean closer now, and I shall whisper to you the thaumaturgy's beginnings. The nation of Eorzea inherited its traditions from the ancient Belda, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Malthal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we know now as thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of the mortal life. the dwemer employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. Thus does our guild thrive in the depths of the Azureth ossuary, a sanctuary devoted to Thal, the divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? Would you plumb the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy? Lend our learned sages guide your descent? Before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guildmasters that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits herein. When you are ready to submit the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild? Do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of the fundamental third magical principle, all 108 of them. Or at least, I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they say. I suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the court when one is required. Master Cocobigo, I believe. Who? What? Oh, Paul's teeth. Miss, did your mother never to tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? What's that expectant face, Cocobayo? This lady is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, prelate. Yeah, yak. She can recite the 307 verses of the Funnery Rites for the virtuous fallen. But the simple task of keeping our names straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Well, I for one find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies. My dear, my merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling, Kokobuki, with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Thal has led us a new aspirant? Ah, Kokobuki! Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest of the 5 masters of Thaumaturge's Guild. It's my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with succinct understandings of our beloved art. Thus I would have your fullest attention. To wield thaumaturgy, to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude, the lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, solemness, and the thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you, too, shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of Thermaturge's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with completion of a deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Missy. Let us mark your initiation with 3 eminently practical gifts. My first gift to you shall be an addition to your hunting log, the names of such enemies that will prove suitable to your training as a thaumaturge. The second and third gifts are the scepter and shield, instruments you shall need to focus the destructive force of your will. Did you believe our initiation over, my dear disciple? We have only just begun. Take your new weapons in hand, and I will set you forth on your first trial. Alright. Yay, thaumaturge unlocked. Let's go. Ermagus. Hold on one moment. Oh my gosh, I've been mute this whole time. I'm so sorry. Wow. The fighting spirit that burns within you. Oh my god. My bad. Past time you get your arse back here. Well, what did the dancer have to say about my proposition? Eh? You're not my errand boy. There's no dancer. There never was. I'm not doing anything indecent. I swear to the gods. What? You're here to enroll? Oh, well. Why didn't you say so sooner? In my capacity as guildmaster, I'd be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless, you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal as much damage as a blade, it hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack is destructive force. We more than make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking skills, you'll also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can the pugilist realize his potential. Yarr! Crikey. I'm spent from all this talking. You ought to speak more, lass. It'd give me a chance to catch my breath. But where was I? Ah, right. Joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of pugilists is long and arduous. Do you believe you got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. Yep. Yes. You have a fighting spirit. I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these halls. Welcome to the guild, lass. To help you on your way, I'll add some names to your hunting log. Opponents that you might hone your skills against. And so as to make a budding pugilist of you, here's your very own pair of Hora. They're a tad old and rusted, but that will serve to make you look meaner, I reckon. Now, I have a mind to assign you your first lesson. Arm yourself with your weapons and let me know when you're ready to begin. Alright. Pugilist unlocked. Alright. Umbral Ice and Astral Fire. Astral Fire and Umbral Ice are special status effects which allow Thermaturge to continuously deal devastating amounts of damage while still conserving their MP reserves. Casting one of fire spells gives Thermaturge the effect of Astral Fire, which increases their potency and MP cost of further fire spells. At the same time, it lowers the potency and MP cost of Blizzard spells, but prevents the natural or spell-assisted gradual restoration of MP. Conversely, casting one of the Blizzard spells gives Thermaturge the effect of Umbral Ice, which decreases the MP cost of ice spells and recovers MP upon landing an ice spell. At the same time, it lowers the potency and MP cost of fire spells. As the Thermaturge progresses in level, the number of Umbral Ice and Astral Fire effects can be stacked at any one time increases. The larger the stack, the more powerful the effect. Learning when to switch between fire and ice is key to being successful in extended battles. Right, so I want to go and do a research. Perfect. Looking every bit of visual class, now learning can commence. For your first lesson, I want you to go test your fledgling skills against the vermin I found. Get out there and put down 3 marmots, 3 hornets, and 3 shoes. Return here when the deed is done. Now, this goes without saying, but I expect you to fight using the horror I just gave you. It counts for naught if you skewer the beasties with a spear or fry them with a spell, I say. Alright. I needed to unlock one more job here. Oh, sorry, gladiator skills. My bad. Alright. Just gonna unlock. This job here. Welcome to the Gladiator Guild adventure. Here, our members train tirelessly with the sword and shield, so that their names might one day be written in legend. Was that a flash of interest in your eyes? If you wish to study swordplay, know that admission to the guild is free of charge. I had marked you as a woman of action. I am pleased to see that I was not wrong. Now, while you may be familiar with the deadly dance of battle, you are new to us and must begin at the beginning. If you'd like to take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts, bruises, beyond counting, and life as not far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way if you mean to take the blood sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Eldar. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast to one day allow him to claim a seat on the syndicate? There's not an Eldar alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of that dream than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Though it is long and storied, history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive, not never. I don't know why I keep saying never. Ever strive to develop new techniques. We desire true glory to fight and triumph. It's the roar of 10,000 voices. Then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy. And if your soul stirs, join us. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend? Or will you resign yourself to the mediocrity and die in obscurity? A decision you shan't regret. One moment. Make way for Mystique Quinn. Fresh meat coming through. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to the first sword Milia. Seek her out and obtain her approval. Aye. I heard Lulu. So you're Mystique Quinn. 'Tis a good strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I'm Milia. Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts? I presume you have your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's the easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade, well, is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to merge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Mystique, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and if your fate, die by it? Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Take this sword. There are many like it, but this one is yours now. Consider it a gift, if you like. Now wear it on your hip, as I do, and show me you are ready to begin your training. Yay, Gladiator unlocked. Woohoo. Alright, so then we're going to recommend you. Amazing what a difference a sword can make. Your expression, your posture, you're already brimming with confidence. Let's see if that confidence is worded, shall we? Just outside the gates of Alda, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Say 3 of each and return here when finished. Oh, and use your sword, Mystique. I'm a gladiator, and I am here to train you as one. Now go. Alright. Well, with that said, my friends, we have, let's see, go over my character. We have a few more crafts to unlock. I'll do my best to reserve that for another time to unlock on our adventure. I've got the Gladiator, the Pugilist, and the Thaumaturge. all set to go, so I'm probably going to do those offline to catch them up to level 10 like the rest of the jobs that I have going on. I'm not going to continue the MSQ this evening. I'm possibly going to be helping a friend catch up if they're so inclined to be playing. So I'm going to kind of possibly use one of my other characters to level up with them. Not entirely sure yet how that's all going to play out. But for now, I'm going to work on the quests that I have up, probably offline. And then get like the level 10 quest for everyone, and then on that one, those ones I will have, I'll do those ones on the next adventure, along with continuing the MSQ. Or we might swap back to the MSQ, because that was definitely the main focus was the MSQ, but I wanted to have the other jobs to play with whilst offline and not adventuring. Or if we happen to, change our mind from leveling Archer as the MSQ, we haven't really decided that yet. But anyways, thank you for hanging out with us today, whether you were chilling in the background, or fishing or catching Pokemon, or simply watching our adventure afterwards. Thank you so much, and we shall catch you soon, and have a most wonderful evening or day wherever you are. Take care for now. Live, laugh, and love. Cheers!